Done. Dear colleagues, ladies and gentlemen, for 2 years now, the Serbian government time and again stresses that the number one priority of this government is accession to the European Union. And in that context, of course, they make it clear that they want to adhere to European values and want to live up to European standards. And as you all know, as far as legislation and regulation is concerned, Serbia is moving along quite convincingly, but the issue we always have to have a close eye on is implementation. And that is true for all aspects of everyday life. This CESID study, which is presented to us today, is looking into the position of LGBT community here in Serbia and highlights one of the essential issues in the debate on non-discrimination in Serbia. And that is why Germany, next to the Netherlands, has decided to participate in the funding of this study. My understanding of a tolerant country is that everybody is free to live within the legal framework as he pleases, as long as he doesn't infringe on the freedoms of others. And it is my personal conviction that a society is truly tolerant only if also LGBT people can live openly without fear and intimidation. As was already pointed out, the Serbian Constitution of 2006 and the law on anti-discrimination of 2009 provide a solid basis for the protection of human rights and fundamental freedoms, also for the LGBT population in Serbia. What has to be assured is implementation. The public debate in the run-up to the Gay Pride event in 2009 was dominated in large parts by violent threats against the organizers of the parade and members of the public who supported the event. The city was covered in threatening graffitis. Some individuals were even threatened with murder. On the other hand, public messages of support of the event were rather scarce. Encouraging messages were mainly limited to members of the NGO scene. In the end, the government was not able to guarantee the safety of the participants of the parade in the city center of Belgrade, and as a result, the organizers cancelled the event. In my view, a few things have become obvious in last year's developments. First, we must continue to lobby for the improvement of the status of the LGBT population in Serbia. To be able to exercise the right of assembly and the right to express your opinion is part of the set of fundamental European values which are not negotiable. Secondly, it is essential to speak up loudly and at an early moment in a debate against violent threats, against hate speech, and against intimidation. It is not enough to voice one's support in private conversation. And that is why I'm sitting here today. Instead, clear public positioning of opinion makers is needed. And in this respect, I highly appreciate that the President a couple of days ago met with representatives of the LGBT community to discuss their plans and to give a sign of support. And I'm also encouraged by the fact that the organizers have held meetings with basically all political parties in this country And as I understand, more or less all of these conversations at least came to an encouraging start, and I hope it will develop further in a positive way. I also would like to express my appreciation for the very convincing work of the Serbian ombudsman and his deputy in their support for strengthening the rights of the LGBT community. The authorities should react swiftly to any threats against the LGBT population. Impunity, which is a problem in Serbia, not only as far as LGBT community is concerned, often leads to more discrimination. And the third point I wanted to make, and that is an immediate challenge to the media. I would like to call on you, print media as well as electronic media. You ought to play a responsible and constructive role in promoting respect and tolerance towards the LGBT population. And now I'm as eager as you are to listen to the results, and I would like to express my appreciation to CESID for the study. Thank you very much.
Hvala vam mnogo.